Hi everybody, hello. Welcome. I'm DSG2, James is second. And we have some new games to try out. And I've been hanging around in my closet for too long. Or my dresser. Well, the dresser. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to... where's my controller? Yes, that's what we're playing. Where's my controller? Anyway, we're playing Torment Tides of Numenera. Numenera. I have no idea what this game is, what it's about, or anything like that. I wanted to try different things, different games, and I wanted to try this out. So, let's try it out. Let's see what it's all about. Because I have no idea. But apparently it's one of those games that are overhead view. I'll be male, thank you.
Your
RPGs.
Wakes in darkness.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll talk for me.
Cold sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you.
Cool.
Your first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important. As if it once meant the world to you. But the details slip away as you grasp at them.
Why do I feel like I'm under meditation?
You force your eyes open.
Look at this body, look around. Look around?
A white-pink fleshy cocoon surrounds you. Even as you look, a minor rent in its side tears open, and the howling wind forces its way inside. The cocoon rips away, gone before you can grab it, spinning you into a dizzying tunnel. You are falling, the world many kilometers beneath you. You catch a glimpse of a curved horizon, and also the ground beneath you that is approaching deceptively quickly. Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in upon itself. A corona of acid green and black energy playing around its edges.
Okay.
The wind buffets you and burns your eyes, but you don't need to see the details of the faraway ground to know you're in serious trouble. You won't survive a fall from this stratospheric height. A part of your frantic mind babbles that technically you probably fell from a thermospheric height.
What does that mean?
You struggle to stay focused as the ground rushes toward you.
What does that mean, a thermospheric height? Or a stratospheric height? Struggle to stay focused as the ground rushes towards you. Probably flatten out to catch the wind.
Instinctively, you spread your arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly. You stop tumbling head over heels. Though you are still spinning laterally, that motion has calmed as well, and you have space to assess your situation, and perhaps to understand the predicament and the body in which you find yourself.
Fair enough.
Below you, you see a large landmass. A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe, dotted here and there with island chains. Small moons, unusual structures, and strange machines rush past you in glittering profusion as you plummet toward the ground.
Alright, maybe at this time we can look at the body.
From what you can see of your outstretched figure, you're wearing a black, body-hugging suit of some sort. Your skin is light brown, and you seem to have 5 fingers on each hand.
Well, that's a good
A
start.
set of muscles helps control your fall. Not bulky, but well-toned. But you can't examine yourself too closely without losing the little stability you've gained in the fall.
Very true. Okay, so let's try this. No, not that.
In
Look
the
again at the world.
distance, you see a perfectly circular golden waste, as well as volcanic fields that must be many kilometers across. A barren valley stretches like a scar across the landscape. Beneath you, and approaching very quickly, is a wide bay overlooked by an enormous city perched on the surrounding cliffs. The bay itself is littered with huge artifacts, ancient vessels, wrecked machines, and more. It looks like you will make impact among the latter.
Okay, well, try to arrest the fall one more time.
You were entirely unsuccessful in this. The pull of the earth is too strong, your leverage non-existent. Nothing happens. You have just enough time to see a mass of colors whirling about you, before you crash into the building in the bay, unyielding and seemingly impenetrable, agony flaring along your body, the keen of a radically increasing energy cycle, and then darkness.
Oh. Shit. I guess I was set up to die then. Whoa. Okay. Moving. Moving. Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl below you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, splattered on the ground next to the bowl. The light from every drop is reflected in the bowl's rounded hollow, as if it hungers for that light and needs to be filled. Yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pylons, wasted. Carefully move the bowl beneath the liquid, examine the bowl, leave the bowl alone. Let's examine it real quick. You trace your fingers over the slippery overlapping scales that spiral up from the bottom of the bowl. The sharp-toothed rim plucks at your skin. It's going to be tricky to move this bowl without slicing your fingers on the edge. You might have to put some effort into it. Reflected light streaks across the surface of the bowl as another droplet floats from the ceiling. Examine it again? The slick, overlapping scales have huge, sharp, hungry edges that nip your flesh. Each shining drop of light is unseen ceiling seems to occur in the bowl. What? Each shining drop of light from the unseen ceiling seems to linger in the bowl's polished depths. Alright, well, I move the thing carefully. You've encountered your first task. You have 3 stat pools, might, speed, and intellect, that you can spend to increase your chances of success. This is called using effort. Okay. To more easily move the bowl in front of you, use L to spend might for a higher level of effort. Don't worry if you fail this task. In Torment, failure often results in interesting outcomes. Okay. Oh, okay. Base difficulty. If let's do that. Why do 100% when we can when we can keep a might? I mean, it's only 80%. Let's do it. Apparently we've succeeded. And carefully take hold of the bowl, avoiding the teeth on the serrated rim. With a deep breath, you move it over to the glowing pool of fallen light. And this game looks interesting. Although I can really not see anything really. Drop by drop, the bowl fills, ripples spreading over the blurred outline of your reflection. A pale blue luminescence stretches into the corners of the room. A clear radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage done in your long fall. A voice calls out from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light. Hello, hello, are you still alive down there? We're up here, build something. Alright. Okay, that's to adjust the view. Whoa, what? What's that? Examine. Metal waves roll over the floor below, sending vibrations through the soles of your boots. Okay. You told me to examine that already. Interact. As soon as you touch the orb, a memory floods your mind. You stand in front of a rusted door. The air is humid and dank. You've had a moment's respite from this waterlogged hell. A bowl of stale air, your resting point. You've breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves, but this body is an air breather, and the constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with the machines, as you well know, but now he seems distracted. The device in his hand is covered in knobs, wires, and antennas. He believes it can get the two of you through the corroded door, but he's merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention, but that is hardly your concern. The mission cannot be delayed. It must proceed. You mumble a few words, drawing power from the air around you until a solution appears in your mind. You snatch the device from his hands, rewire it, and shove it back at him. "Oh," he says, examining your work. "Sorry, I was trying to prove the thing." He waves the device at the door, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beyond, a passage that links the water-boarded cells of the aquatic viewing areas. What you seek lies here. There. Moments later, you're underwater again, your hands closing around a strange yet familiar artifact you needed to complete. Something. It hovers above a pedestal, rotating in the dark water. An electric current runs through your fingers as your hand crosses the vertical plane of the pedestal, and an iridescent field coalesces so fast that the wave of pressure dazes you for a moment. The rising pulse of a sonar alarm ripples through the water. The guards won't be far behind. Well, they're already on their way, so let's run. The water is crystal clear around you as you kick away from the pedestal. Your companion hangs motionless in the water, too far for you to reach before the guards arrive. You stroke for the hallway through which you entered, and emerging into the air, you race for the great door. The sounds of something breaching the surface behind spur you to greater speeds, but you fear you're not fast enough. The memory begins to fade as you are being drawn backward through a tunnel, and you hear more pylons rising from the pit. Something is wrong. The events within the orb have settled into that gap in your mind, but the edges of it are rough, though the memory itself is not truly yours. There's something else, a gust of sour air pulling in at you, like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey at the far end of the dark, whispering field. Whoa, okay. That's kind of funky. Alright. Fair enough. The smear looks strange, as though what you see in it is real, and you're the reflection. Okay. The light around the door frame dims and flares like a roaring fire in a high wind. No sign of symbol tells you what might be beyond an enormous door. A dull chill radiates from its bronze segmented surface, and the thick metal wheel seems frozen into place. Alright. Oh, memory. You stand beside a woman on a verdant crag. Beneath the two of you is a broad plateau towering above the overgrowth far below. Strange machines have been built into the cliffside, presumably for reconnaissance of defense. A metallic disc gleams from the center of the plateau. Your self-aware humanoid machines drill into the base of the cliffs below. If you were looking for sanctuary, you were desperately, this seems like the right place. I don't know about this, the woman says, her voice flat, neutral. Her face is turned away from you. What makes this place any more secure than the others we found? Draw our attention to the hidden details. More experienced eyes you can clearly see. Use your charm to persuade her, convince her with the wisdom of the superior intellect. Yeah, that. You shade your eye against the bright sun so you can point out the thin bands radiating out from the metallic disc. How the energy from those bands affect the local fauna, suggesting enormous sorts of prior world energy. She thinks deeply. It's geologically sound? Have you run the sounding samples and checked the strata? No major caverns or weaknesses showed up in your resonance scans. She waits for your affirmation and says, "Alright, I'm convinced." The two of you sketch your plans for the sanctuary, drawing schematics and architectural diagrams. This Then you descend onto the plateau to examine the open ground. The woman suggests having one of the servitors build shelter for your time here. You try to draw one of the constructs away from its task, but it doesn't respond to your voice. When you lay a hand on its shoulder to reinforce your command, it whirls and strikes you across the face with inhuman speed. It turns back to its task, ignoring you. Your companion helps you rise, laughter in her eyes. It seems your construct has other ideas. What's the matter with it? Use Numenera integrated into the construct's body to overwhelm the behavior malfunction. Examine the construct of mechanical faults. Let's do that. Number 2. Everything resolves into sharp focus, and you see the servitor's rear actuators are corrupted. You dig into the construct's back. It seems not to mind as long as you don't interfere with its task. Deftly, you reset the actuators and see energy spark into the disused portions of the construct's brain. The construct resumes its work, and this time it listens when you speak to it. Acknowledged. It obediently trundles to the side of your new shelter. The image freezes, then fades, and you feel the memory filling the gap in your mind, blocked by a jagged block. You stagger, clutching your head, reclaiming your memories hurts. And once more, there's something else. Hairs lift, one by one, on the back of your neck. Something beyond this room can sense what you're doing, and is hunting you. Okay. We weren't going through the doors? Those look pretty cool. Oh, now I can examine this door. Countless scratches and wounds are at the surface of this door. Mar the surface of this door. Someone made a great effort to get inside, to no avail. Another memory? Yep. This game is taking way too long. In this section, a vision of city springs up around you. Your city in flames and under attack. Her defenders have fought and died all day, and still the attackers keep on coming. They fight if your destruction were demanded of them. They care nothing for the mercy, surrender, or plunder. What they want is blood. But you have brought a keen-eyed companion to the top of the tower. She has seen the way to stop the invaders. You need to get her to safety, and you need to rally your defenders. But even as you turn toward the door of the tower, 2 of the attackers descend from a hovering machine. You don't have time to strike at them before they land. One is brutishly large. His weapon is a vibrating axe. The other is slim, sheathed in glassy armor, and holding a hilt with a sizzling invisible blade. Your companion backs away. She's too young to help. Your enemies advance single file, confined by a parapet. Trade blows with the giant. You can handle it for at least a strike or 2. Duck under the giant's swing and attack before you can strike. Fight defensively and figure out who presents the greater threat. Probably that, yeah. The memory seems crystal clear. The giant is menacing, it's true, but the invisible blade of his companion is more worrisome still. The energy field that flickers and waves around it suggests that she can carve matter at the molecular level. Tearing pieces of her target into nothingness. If you are to save yourself, your best bet is to tackle her first. She's stuck behind the giant, waiting her turn to attack you, unable to bring her weapon to bear until he's out of the way. But it's clear that she expects him to handle you, and her eyes rove behind you, her focus on your ward. She's certainly not expecting you to dive between the giant's legs and come up inside her guard. She can't bring her blade to bear in time, and you drive your dagger upon her chin, under her chin. You catch her before her deadly blade drops onto you and spin her around. The weapon slashes into the giant and he topples bisected. The immediate threat ended, your focus on finding a way back to your allies. You open the tower door and rush down the stairs. The door at the base of the stairs is slightly cracked, opening just a bit into the hall, and you hear more of the enemy soldiers beyond. We might want to go on the offensive here. Throw yourself against the door and knock them to the ground. Yeah, that might be the good idea. You charge through the dim shadows, dropping your shoulder into the door at the last minute. It bursts open. Halfway through its arc, it crashes into the pair of enemy soldiers, scattering them. You race to the door, blade in hand, and you dispatch your stunned foes before they have a chance to move. Their blood begins to pool in the hallway. The memory begins to fade, and you find yourself back in your own body. Your temples throb with the racing force of your heartbeat, and the reclaimed memories blaze within you, like a bonfire on a mountain peak, visibly to every predator for kilometers around. A tremor rocks the floor beneath you as through a massive fist has struck the room itself. Swaying your feet, you see frantic movement within the borders of the mirror at the edge of the room. Yeah, I figured that would be the next spot. Oh, no orb though. Okay. Oh, reflection time. The border of this mirror is lavishly decorated with a dizzying number of interlocked symbols, daggers, masks, paintbrushes, amulets, and more. But that's nothing compared to what you see in the glass. You see a vast crowd of people, exact doppelgangers of you, shoving, arguing with, and fighting each other. Most are drab imitations of you, but a precious few are vivid and pull at your attention. Each of them bears an intricate pentagonal tattoo on their head. In their eyes, their actions, you see the memories you discovered within the orbs and the choices you made, shining like distant stars. Your hand twitches at your side, and though some of the bright doppelgangers ignore you, or even smaller number immediately turn to you, waiting for you to choose them and learn what you might become. A rumble shakes the room, and a slow vibration spreads from the darkness below, rippling through towards the ceiling. Pointing the doppelganger, serving all the others. Step away from the mirror. Cautiously. Falling into a wary, well-balanced crouch, the doppelganger creeps towards you, scanning its surroundings with suspicious eyes. Each movement it makes is slow, subtle, and deliberate. Unfolding from the crouch, the doppelganger awaits your decision. Yes, that is who I am. The remaining doppelgangers scattered for the edges of the mirror and vanish. Your chosen identity steps forward. Its appearance changes as it steps out of the rippling glass. Its face reflects confidence and cleverness. Shadows of weapons flicker out of its hand, and a few devices shimmer on its belt. You get the feeling you would be comfortable in a variety of situations. The word Jack sounds in your mind. Gain descriptor cautious. Your doppelganger continues walking, stepping into you, filling you, making you whole. Your decision rings out of the cavernous room, awakening and unlocking vast mechanisms behind the walls. Suddenly, a grotesque noise rings through your shared worlds, like a bell if bells could rot. Something is coming. Restored one might pull. The mirror fades, leaving a dark, open doorway. Take a deep breath and step through. Your choices in the memories and the mirrors have begun to build your character, but now you have the opportunity to decide a number of details. First, you can decide to change your type. Type defines the abilities and skills you'll be able to acquire as you advance. Cool. Alright. Well, we start off with Cautious Jack. Health of 23, and, you know, all at 5. Look at our skills. We're good with heavy weapons and initiative, but we have extra skills in perception and stealth, it looks like. Let's see. So we've got, what do we have here? Jack. Jacks are intrepid explorers and adventurers. They are jacks of all trades, hence the name. Okay, that's kind of actually cool. Although the word also harkens back to fables involving a wily, resourceful hero who always seems to be named Jack. Jacks are at their best when they combine weapons, armor, estuaries, ciphers, and a clever tongue. They are treasure hunters, grifters, scalds, rogues, and experts of a variety of fields. If we get the flex skill, choose one exploration, lore, or conversation skill. +1 training level in that skill while active. Active until next sleep. 1 of 1 uses per day. Okay. That's cool. Features 4 points of distribute to any pool. 3+3 health at tear. Gains 2 abilities at tier 1. Gains 1 ability at each later tier. Can pick 1 exploration skill at each tier. Well, that's kind of cool. Do we spend the points now, or what are we doing? What is? Okay. Do I have points to spend? I don't think I have points to spend. Nope. Nope. This is just telling me which what's what. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, Jack is pretty cool. What's Nano? Mages, wizards, sorcerers, witches of the world. Yeah, you know what? Jack is kind of cool. What's Glaive? Seems like all. Yeah, let's do Cautious Jack. That seems the most interesting. Character creation. Stat pools are the resources you use to apply effort or activate abilities. You can distribute points as you see fit. Glaives tend to favor might and/or speed, while nanos favor intellect. Jacks usually benefit from a balanced set of points. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, that does make sense. Okay. Oh, we get... Oh, okay. Oh, let's put 1 towards speed. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Abilities unlock your type. Can be activated... What? Abilities unlocked by your type can be active actions, such as attacks or spell like S-stories. Unique passive effects. Okay. Trained without armor. Gain 10% evasion, 10% willpower when wearing no armor or light armor. That might be useful in our case. Hedge magic. Automatically succeed on the next quick fingers or smashing tasks. I have no idea what that means. Choose a damage type and make a weapon attack. Deal weapon damage of the chosen type along with the bonus effect of the type Suckered Punch. Okay. And practiced in armor. Gain 3 speed armor cost reduction, 3 might armor cost reduction, reduces the penalty of S-story attacks incurred by armor by 15%. Well, that's kind of hard to choose. Do I want to be a tank? I mean, in a way, I kind of do. Although I imagine, you know, at the beginning I'm going to be stuck with like light armor, so having these abilities early might be a best case scenario for me. Let's do that. And then let's see. I like infused weapons. That'll be interesting. Okay. Character creation. Most skills increase your chance of success on specific kinds of actions and tasks, but some give other passive bonuses. Each skill starts at the novice level and can be increased to trained and specialized, granting greater bonuses at each level. Descriptors often leave some skills at the inability level, meaning they inflict penalties. When upgraded, these return to the novice level. Oh, okay, so I can't use those. Oh, so he sucks at heavy weapons, so that might... Picking the trained without armor might actually be a good idea. Or infused weapons would actually be a good idea. Okay, so choose an exploration skill. Healing might be the best thing for me. Just saying. That might be a best for me. Do we just... Okay, it is only just one. Okay. Yeah, okay. Receive training in the weapon skills. Okay, that's fine. Although you choose your descriptor from among the many doppelgangers in the mirror, you now have the chance to view the specific bonuses and penalties it grants. You can also examine the effects of other descriptors and choose a new one if you wish. Okay. Charming, clever. Okay, that's who I am right now. You know, cautious is fine. Plus, we do get that +1 in stealth. Rugged, mystical, slick, strong. Ooh, what's stealthy? Ah. I kind of liked what I had. Plus the healing aspect is nice. So yeah, that's fine by me. Yes, let's go. Because I'm tired of the tutorial level. Spend XP to advance your characters. XP is gained mostly from solving quests, but can also be gained by making discoveries. Alright, I figured that as much. So this will pretty much be like Skyrim, if Skyrim was an overhead exploration. Or RPG. The fuck is that? Everything about this spectral figure seems dreamlike. He is a hazy silhouette who seems to be made of blue glass smoke. He wears stylish, well-cut clothes. His handsome, bearded face seems hauntingly familiar, though you've never seen him before. He breathes a sigh of relief when he sees you. We weren't sure that would work out, or would work. We pulled our strength and channeled it through me to reach you, to wake up. He glances at other figures here and frowns unhappily. It took more out of them than we thought. The other reflections, they're more like shadows now. Look, I'll bet you have a lot of questions. This whole place is basically your mind. Your body's still out there in the real world, healing from the fall. You need to get out there and finish the process. He shrugs. It shouldn't be too hard. Before I met you, I felt like something was haunting me. Do you know what it was? You said I had to finish the process. What do you mean by that? Where are those other people that you call them my reflections? If this place is my mind, why don't I remember any of this? Any of you? Who are you? Yeah, how do you know all this? He throws up his hands in frustration. I'm just a part of you. I look at you and I know. This place was made for you, for us. And I remember pieces of knowledge that come to me when you ask your questions, but that is all. Before I met you, it felt like... Oh, okay, I can just go through everyone. Who are you? He pauses and looks down at himself, considering a long time before answering. I'm you. I'm a part of your mind, a splinter. I was waiting here for you. We called you with the memories of the others who are here. I don't know what happened next. Okay. This is my mind. It's your mind. A construct built to, I don't know, share thoughts, store your true self. Wait, you know how people say it in the first place. This is definitely the first place of your memory. Well, it was the first place. For me, anyway. You probably know better, since it's yours. If you don't remember how, or now, maybe it'll come to you later. Oh, goodness. That's what they are. As I said, it's your mind. You'll find reflections of people you knew, people you met in the real world, and with whom you shared some kind of psychic connection. I don't know how or why. It just happens. You said I'd finished the process. After you wake up from this dream state and attune to the tides, you'll need to find something called a resonance chamber. Your body should have landed somewhere near it. Just climb inside that and everything will be fine. Okay. And before I met you, something haunting me. That's a memory I don't want to recall. Large black furious. It's our death. It's sorrow. I hope it's lost interest in you. If it finds us, we're done for. What do you mean by the tides? Tides are like a force, like a gravity of magnetism or something. Except they respond to people's actions and perceptions. Your body, that is, your body in the real world, needs the tides to survive. If not something you need to worry about. It's not something you need to worry about. Your body will attune to it as it wakes up. Resonance chamber. I remember pieces about it, but not the whole. It's a crystal sarcophagus. I remember it having 5 mechanical arms around it and a metal ring set in the floor. I think we were aiming for it when we fell. When you open your eyes in the real world, it should be nearby. Tell me about this place again. I told you as much as I know. It's your mind, and that means you're in control. You are again? A piece of your mind splintered off. How do I get back to the real world? There's a portal down there. It'll take you back to your body. Just step through it, and the whole tides thing should take care of itself. Why does this guy sound like he's just pushing me away? I mean, I guess that makes sense. But he seems unclear about everything as much as I do. When you wake up, find the resonance chamber and activate it. Then we can... What the hell's is that? Whoa! What the hell? Gods, it's the sorrow! Oh, well, there goes my portal. Sorrow is anchored to those reflections. It's devouring the power. We have to get rid of them. Destroy its anchors, or else the sorrow will erase us forever. Crisis initiated. Wait, what are we doing? A crisis begins when you enter a dangerous situation. Crises are turn-based encounters when you can fight, sneak, and manipulate the environment, or talk your way out of trouble. Each turn you can take one attack action to attack or activate an ability. You can also make one move. Okay. That reflection near you, kill it. You'll loosen the sorrow's anchor. Alright. Well, use the vertical screen. There's action move to position. Try selecting the highlighted character now. Effort can be applied to the attacks to increase your chances to hit. As with other tasks, each level of effort increases your chances by 20%. The cost of 1 point from stat pool. Unarmed attacks use speed, but other attacks and abilities may use might or intellect instead. So we need to... Yeah, we need to use speed. Increase our likeness to attack. 85%. It's escaping. It's going to hide inside your mind. Now run. Get to the next one. Alright. You can sacrifice your action for the turn to double move instead of attacking. The movement preview line turns purple when over a position that requires a double move. Okay. Let's... Attack is out of range. Out of range. Okay. So I need to how do I do a double ability? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, now I can probably attack. Oh shit. Okay. When you apply effort to an attack, it also increases the damage you dealt. Different weapons and abilities gain different amounts of bonus damage from effort. Okay, 65%. We'll need to do, yeah, 85. Okay, he's safe. Ooh. That's not good. It's infecting it somehow. Fettles are temporary conditions or status effects that can improve or reduce a character's stats. Sorrow has just placed a fettle on the remaining reflection. You can't move this fettle, but you may find a way to overcome it. Hi. It's not doing anything. Shit. The armor stat reduces physical damage. The Fettle Sorrow placed its character has boosted its armor by 10, meaning it will absorb 10 points of damage from each attack. This reflection armor is too high for you to overcome with your unarmed attacks. No shit. Grab that piece of mirror glass. It might have enough residual energy to kill the reflection. That? Pick up loot, push to move the record over to, and then push X. Press triangle to take all or what? Wait. No, don't end turn. Jesus Christ. I'm not doing good. How do I pick it up? Select. Pick. No! What are you doing? There we go. Jesus. Well, nope, that didn't. No. Okay, pick it up. Pick it up. There we go. Take all. Oh, goodness. I know. Okay. Okay, use an item. What the hell is that? Okay, use an item. Use a shimmering glass. On that. You've already used your action this turn. You will need to wait until your next turn to deal with another reflection. You can remove somewhere to spend a remaining move, but you can triangle. Huh. You pried it loose. That thing is a cancer and an infection. It's unstoppable, but you stopped it. I can't believe it found us in here. He looks at you, terror in his eyes. That thing, the sorrow, it's been haunting you. It's what killed you in the first place. It'll keep haunting you until you activate the resonance chamber. I didn't remember until I saw it, but that's why the chamber is so important. You have to get back to activate the chamber before it's too late. The portal to your body is that shimmering dome there. Go, now. Okay, I thought that was kind of weird looking. Okay. Okay. Alright, well that was interesting. It's still going to take me some time to get used to the controls.
Where did he fall from?
Oh, okay. You talk now.
His body smashed to talk. It's a wonder he's still breathing.
All I saw was the corona, not his origin point. But look, he's healing already. Spontaneous regeneration.
I know. What was that? What did you do, Callistage? His tone has become accusatory, suspicious. You open your eyes. The first thing you notice is this man's kaleidoscope of tattoos, writhing across his forearms. He wears a long, dark coat, belted at the waist, supplies filling the pockets. His boots are worn and stained with years of travel. You blame me? He emitted an internal physiological reaction in response to the fall, probably related to the fantastic healing process. Obviously, Allergern. Her voice rolls and hisses, and you have to rub your eyes to be sure that you're not seeing double. Faint echoes of her actions trail from her, each nearly mimicking her through some active and react to stimuli that you can't perceive. Her vivid hair and outrageous clothing remain constant through these shadows. Oh yes, it's obvious, Calistage. His voice is grimmed and clipped. Then he sees you looking at him. You're no ordinary mortal. We know that much. Start talking. His face is hard and set. Where am I? How did I get here? You built the dome. Don't you recognize it? He growls. You know, he's not the changing god, Aligern. It's his face. I've never seen any other people rebuild themselves like that. Only the changing god could have healed so quickly. He sighs and rubs his face, trying to regain his composure. Maybe you could help me for a change. Because, you know, you're the changing god, I mean. You know what this means to me. You're familiar with the word changing, Aligern. It implies inconsistency. Thus, the changing god may well have changed. Several versions of her shrug, and she addresses you. You'll have to forgive him. He believes that you're someone he once knew, even though it's painfully obvious to anyone that you are newly born. Her most solid self curtsies while others bow to or spin. I and my sisters am Calistage. This is Aligern. We are explorers, knowledge seekers. That's how we came to be in this room. If I'm not mistaken, you are what we call a cast-off. The changing god created you. Mind and body. Your sire used your body for a time, then abandoned it for reasons of his own. When his mind departed for a near experience, you were born in the cast-off shell. I got a lot of questions. I got a lot of questions, apparently. Before I woke, there was some kind of... With how hard you hit the ground, I'm surprised that's all you saw. Okay. Who is the changing god? Ha! That's something coming from you. She gives him a sidelong glance. The changing god is your sire, dear. He discovered a path to immortality long ago, a means to transfer his self to a new body of his own creation. I don't think he knew, however, that when he abandoned one body, another mind was birthed to fill the void. Oh, he knew all right. He eyes you up and down coldly. The only thing the changing god cares about is himself. He doesn't give a single thought for those he leaves behind. So, where are we again? Where is this place? A sanctum of your sires. The common belief is that he has several such places throughout the ninth world, possibly other worlds as well. We were only just able to gain entry to one because of your grand entrance. 12:30, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Whoa. Let me see if I can get through this here.
I'd say wait.
I was born of the changing god, left, but why am I not dead? We just... Oh, okay.
Good job for skipping all the dialogue that might
Yeah, oh my god, it just keeps going.
Told you.
Do you know anything about the sorrow? Of course, I had nothing about it. I saw a vision of my time in another place. Okay. Are there other cast-offs? Dozens, hundreds, who could say? What did I say? The born changing god left, but why am I not dead? I used Cypher to slow your fall further, but the damage still would have killed an ordinary person. But think about it. If you're the kind of person who can make your body do anything it wants, yeah. The changing was over vain. He really leaves a long shell and doesn't suit this self-image. Scar of yours. Can I just get the hell out of here? Before subject sire started a great death, I'm afraid it will be... what was that blast of energy? Yeah, that's actually the most intriguing question. As I was telling my colleague, it was obviously a physiological reaction of some kind. I've never witnessed the birth of a cast-off, but yes, it could be very well have been caused by your nascent consciousness. Don't worry, I don't believe it caused any real harm, not to me at least. Really, you've been more abrasive than ever since we came here. She just can't empathize with other people unless she's experimenting on them. Cool. Are you sure that surge didn't hurt you? If it did, it was damaging our minds. Though, how do you check if it carked her? I can't say, though, to find normalcy here. At least we didn't hurt Allegor, and that skull is thick as organic stone. Are you trying to offend him? Are you sure this body's a cast-off?
You're like, I didn't expect all this.
Oh, I knew it. He looks... I knew it. Silver smiled. I don't know. He shakes. He said, "What if Allegor? And honestly, would one have lived so cautiously for so many years that casually meant his identity to people like us? We'll see. If you are a changing god, you'll have a lot to answer for to a lot of people." His voice is grim.
I didn't expect all this. How do you
If he abandoned your body, then his consciousness fled to another. Oh, do stop. Just... Oh, whoops. I already did that one. Changing god bodies again. I want to ask something about else. Just
Where can
not likely is impossible. You need to be... Okay. Okay.
I say...
Thank you for your help, but I'll figure this out on my own. Hold on, I'll come with you. Wouldn't you want to get lost, would you? No, that's the whole point. Alright, let's go. You've gained your first companions. They will follow the last cast-off and can be controlled during a crisis. You can speak to them about their pasts and take advantage of their unique abilities and skills. Companions have their own motivations and personalities, and depending on the choices you make, they may not follow you forever. You'll find more companions who could join you and travel through the ninth world. Take this opportunity to explore your surroundings. No shit! You may find items, equipment, and more to assist you. When you are ready, you can leave the broken dome using the stairs to the northeast.
Okay.
And that is all the time I have for right now. We'll come back with another game to experiment with, because I do have another game that I've had for like 6 months and haven't bothered to look at. Oh god, just leave the voice. Leave it alone for now. Oh, but thank you everyone for joining in. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe to see more videos done by me. And as always, I hope to see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye-bye!